What's going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we'll be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as XRP to US dollar. As always, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications. Otherwise, let's jump into today's episode. So we're going to be talking about the possibility of a break downwards in Litecoin and Bitcoin. Are we anticipating a bearish movement quickly or soon within the market? We're going to be evaluating that, kind of making my best judgment on that, and basically a way to enlighten you guys and give you guys my thoughts and opinions on the current market and its state. So let's just jump into today's episode. So I did refresh the page. We're looking at a 211.4 billion market cap, a Bitcoin dominance at 53.9, and a 24-hour volume of 11.9 billion. As always, let's scroll down and look at these top 10 cryptos. So as you guys can see, we're seeing a lot of sideways movement, and we have been seeing that in yesterday's video too. That's another thing to mention. I believe yesterday was YouTube was down. I was not able to access any videos within YouTube at all on any pages or any videos. So it was a very odd thing. So I believe that could potentially be why yesterday's video scored quite low views. Quite unfortunate, but let's just move on from that. So hopefully you guys are interested in today's video. So as you guys can see, Bitcoin at 65.75, up 0.07. So no movement at all. That's why we're not seeing much change in the dominance of Bitcoin. And then we see a $208 Ethereum, and then we see Litecoin at 53.88. So it is catching up to that $55 that we were looking for. Down only 1.5%. We're just seeing a lot of sideways movement. We see 5 out of the 10 cryptos are in the green, so we're about even, like I said. Scrolling down, you can see that kind of transfers out within the rest of the market. Moving on, though, to Litecoin. So a very interesting pattern is starting to form right now within Litecoin's 4 hour. So again, we're starting to see this sideways momentum and sideways movement. And usually what that means is some sort of call to action. We're going to start to see a very big movement fairly soon within Litecoin and Bitcoin. So as you guys can see, we kind of started to even out within our price, and we're kind of just staying around $52 to $53. We're not really dropping much lower, and we're not really moving much higher. Yes, we had this massive wick that shot us all the way up to like $57. That was when that tether kind of happened, which was quite interesting. But you can see we're kind of back to neutral and kind of trading sideways. We're not really going to count this outlier right now, but as you guys can see, sideways movement usually leads to a potential bullish breakout to 55, or we could see a retracement lower and back down to that $50 support that we have within Litecoin. Moving on to Bitcoin, so how that could transfer over. Very interesting. You can see that we are looking at this on the daily. I'm just going to kind of look at this on the 4 hour, and we're going to see how exactly we've been trading. And just like how I imagined it would be, let me just zoom out ever so slightly. So again, you guys can see a very interesting pattern is taking place here. Yes, we do have this outlier right here where we broke extremely bullish and then retraced back down way below our 4 hour high-low MMA. Let me just add in our RSI. As you guys can see, sideways movement on the relative strength index on the 4 hour, literally straight sideways, no movement upwards, no movement downwards. Very interesting. You can see we're literally stuck in between the high and low at middle moving averages, between that red and green band. Now what that signifies to me is that there's going to be a spike within this currency fairly soon. We're going to see Bitcoin either take a nice leap, potentially back up to where that wick was, or we're going to see a nice fall, bringing us back down to around $6,200. So that's definitely something we're going to have to pay attention to as time moves on. But one thing to note is that we are fairly good on the relative strength index. Yes, we are leaning more towards being overbought, but what's nice to see is that we're stuck in between here, so that is a positive sign. We are above, slightly above our downtrend that has been within Bitcoin for about 10 months now, that we've been pretty much breaking bearish from every single time. So there's a good chance we could break bullish from that and move to a higher high, which we would all love to see. So that's definitely a possibility, and if we do see a bullish movement or a bearish movement, it's obviously going to affect Litecoin's price, and we could see Litecoin, at least catch back up to its 4 hour high-low MMA, basically above $55, like we're trying to see that coin move to. Lastly, referring to our our 3 blue chip cryptocurrencies. And then I know Dave C likes to say XRP is a 4th, so we can call that a 4th because I know it likes to make him happy. But as you guys can see, we had a small 4-hour uptrend that we were kind of holding on to, but it seems like we're kind of finding some sort of resistance right around here. So I do want to draw in a slight resistance for you guys just so we can clarify what I'm referring to. As you guys can see right around there, there is a top right there, and if we looked at the bottom where that wick is, you can see kind of where we're hugging right now. So we are trading sideways following Litecoin and Bitcoin. We're seeing that sideways momentum. Yes, it is possible that we could have used this uptrend right now as a resistance as we continue to move further. As you guys can see, we've kind of had it in the past here. It was more of a support, and it is very possible that we could be trading sideways for quite some time. We're pretty much waiting for some sort of movement within Bitcoin and some sort of movement within Litecoin especially before we see Ethereum get affected. So it is very possible that we could retrace right back up to our $223 support like we have. We are looking quite nice again on the relative strength index, only at 52. So there is a very good possibility that we could see some bullish momentum, at least bringing us back up to where we kind of started from. And then lastly, to sum up XRP, XRP is looking quite nice, I must say. Due to the fact that we are out of that high-low MMA, we are now trading above it and using it as a nice support. We have obviously had a few ups and downs, and we are setting some higher lows and lower highs, so things are looking quite nice. So we could see a potential slight run within XRP. It wouldn't be too high, mainly because of how overextended we are, or we're nearing overextended on our relative strength index, but it's very possible for this to, I would say it's better off consolidating and trading sideways, if not falling back down to around 46 cents, trading sideways, and then trying to make some sort of bullish play. But like I said, in a bearish case scenario, it would most likely and most indefinitely fall to around 41 cents, 42 cents before we see some sort of upbringing. Otherwise, that's going to sum up the episode for today, guys. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's episode. Peace.